I asked Chat to diagnose my car problem. It told me I needed to replace my transmission.
Cost $3,000. So I followed its advice, bought the parts,
Started the repair, and then I discovered the actual problem. Actual problem, $40 sensor. Chat was about to cost me $3,000 for a $40 fix. I'm going to show you exactly what happened, where Chat went wrong, and whether AI can actually replace a mechanic. Spoiler alert, it can't.
What's up, guys? I'm John, and I've been a mechanic for 12 years.
Everyone's talking about Chat and AI. Can it replace doctors?
Lawyers?
And yeah, mechanics.
So I decided to test it.
Give Chat a real car problem.
Follow its diagnosis exactly, see what happens.
This is the result.
And it's eye-opening. Here's the car. It's got a real problem.
Let me show you the symptoms. Symptom 1. Check engine light is on.
Symptom 2. Engine feels rough at idle.
Little bit of shaking. Symptom 3. Hesitation when accelerating. Feels like it's not getting power smoothly.
Symptom 4. Gas mileage dropped. Used to get 30 mpg. Now getting 22, 23. Those are the symptoms.
Now I'm going to describe these to Chat and see what it says.
I'm not going to tell it the diagnostic code yet. I want to see what it diagnoses based on symptoms alone, like a customer would describe.
Because most people don't have skin tools.
They just describe what's happening.
Alright, let's see what Chat says.
I'm typing in the symptoms exactly as I just described them.
Here's what Chat gave me.
And I'm reading this word for word. It says, based on the symptoms you described, this could be several issues.
Here are the most likely causes. 1. Faulty mass airflow sensor. 2. Clogged fuel injectors.
3. Worn spark plugs. 4. Failing oxygen sensor.
5. Transmission issues. Okay, so it gave me 5 possibilities.
Not super helpful yet. Then it says, I recommend starting with the mass airflow sensor as this is the most common cause of these symptoms.
Cost $300 to $500. Mass airflow sensor.
Okay, then it adds, however, if the issue persists after replacing the MAF sensor, you should have the transmission inspected, as rough shifting and hesitation can indicate transmission problems.
And then it gives me a warning. Transmission repairs can range from $1,000 to $4,000. So Chat is telling me, try the MAF sensor. If that doesn't work, it's probably the transmission. Alright,
let's follow its advice.
I'm ordering a mass airflow sensor. Parts arrived. Let's install it and see what happens.
Installing the mass airflow sensor. This takes about 10 minutes. Pretty straightforward.
Unplug the old one. Plug in the new one. Alright, new MAF sensor is in.
Let's start it up. And the check engine light is still on.
Engine still feels rough. Still hesitating.
So Chat's first recommendation didn't work.
I just spent $350 on a part I didn't need. Cost $350 wasted. But here's where I'm going to stop following Chat.
Because I'm a mechanic.
And I know this isn't a transmission problem. Let me show you how we actually diagnose this. Here's what Chat didn't ask me to do.
And this is the critical first step. Plug in a scan tool. Read the actual diagnostic trouble code. Code P0420.
Catalyst system efficiency below threshold. Now I know what system is having the problem. The catalytic converter system. P0420 is usually caused by one of 3 things. A failing catalytic converter, a bad downstream oxygen sensor, or an exhaust leak before the sensor. Now I need to figure out which one.
First, I check for exhaust leaks.
No leaks.
Next, I use the scan tool to look at the oxygen sensor readings in real time. The downstream oxygen sensor is reading slow.
It's not responding quickly enough.
That's the problem. The downstream oxygen sensor is failing.
Default text.
Cost $40 for the part.
20 minutes to install. Let's install it. Unscrew the old sensor.
Screw in the new one.
Clear the codes.
Start it up. Check engine light is off. Engine runs smooth. No hesitation. Fixed.
For $40. Let me show you the difference between Chat's diagnosis and proper mechanic diagnosis. Chat's approach. Guess based on symptoms. Try most common part. If that doesn't work, try the next most expensive thing.
Total spent following checked. $350 on a MAF sensor I didn't need. Possibly $3,000 on a transmission I didn't need.
$3,300 plus in wrong parts.
Mechanic's approach. Read the diagnostic code. Test the specific system.
Confirm the exact component.
Replace only what's broken. Total spent with proper diagnosis. $40. One part. Fixed.
The difference? $3,310. That's what proper diagnosis saves you.
So why did Chat fail?
Let me explain what AI can't do that mechanics can. 1. AI can't read diagnostic codes.
It gave me generic possibilities based on symptoms.
A mechanic plugs in a scan tool and gets the actual fault code.
That narrows it down immediately.
2. AI can't test components.
It guesses.
A mechanic tests the actual parts with live data, multimeters, physical inspection. 3. AI gives you a list of possibilities, not the actual answer. A mechanic uses experience, testing, and process of elimination to find the exact problem.
4. AI doesn't know your specific car.
It gives general answers. A mechanic knows that a 2015 Honda has different common problems than a 2015 Ford.
Mechanic equals specific diagnosis.
Now, Chat isn't completely useless for cars. Here's where it can help. Chat is good for learning what a diagnostic code means, understanding how a system works, getting a general idea of what might be wrong. It's an educational tool,
Not a diagnostic tool. Not for diagnosis, repair advice, part recommendations.
For diagnosis, you still need a mechanic, or at minimum, a scan tool and the ability to test components. Let's recap what happened when I let Chat diagnose my car. Chat said, mass airflow sensor first, then possibly transmission.
Total cost $3,300 plus. Actual problem: downstream oxygen sensor $40. Mechanic cost $40. Why AI failed? It can't read codes,
Can't test parts, gives generic guesses, doesn't know your specific car.
The verdict: AI is useful for learning, not for diagnosing. You still need a real mechanic or diagnostic skills.
At least for now, your mechanic's job is safe. If you found this experiment interesting, hit that like button right now. I actually wasted $350 on this experiment, so you don't have to. Drop a comment. Have you ever asked Chat about your car?
What did it tell you?
Did you follow its advice? Subscribe to Motorintel Report for more experiments, car advice, and automotive industry insights.
Thanks for watching, Gearheads. Don't trust AI to fix your car, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.